I was waiting for this signal, not a voice or a vision, just the subtle click of certainty that usually arrives when a decision is approved by something larger than me. I'd learned to recognize the feeling early, the way a path opens when it's meant to be taken. On the screen, destinies were named out loud, bloodlines mattered, callings revealed themselves at the proper hour. Even doubt was framed as part of a larger design. You hesitate only until the story caught up and told you who you were. But nothing like that happened for me. The choice itself was unremarkable. Quiet, yes, something that would change the shape of my days. No guarantee it would work, no assurance it would be understood. It kept checking the edges of the moment, waiting for resistance or blessing or the familiar sensation of being chosen by the choice rather than choosing it. Instead, there was only stillness, the unnerving kind, the kind that leaves you alone with your own authority. And I waited a little longer anyway, a day, then another, as though certainty might simply be running late. I almost backed away, not because the decision felt wrong. There was no narrative lift, no sense of being carried. I noticed how quickly my mind tried to manufacture permission. Surely this aligned with something. Surely there was a reason I could point to if asked. I found myself rehearsing explanations before anyone had questioned me, reaching for reasons that sounded respectable, reasons that would be easier to hand someone than the truth. The truth was smaller, quieter. I wanted this. I could feel it each time I imagined step away from it. I could feel it each time I imagined stepping away from it. What finally moved me wasn't confidence, but clarity. A simple recognition that waiting for confirmation was itself a habit, not a requirement. I chose without knowing how it would be received. I chose without promising myself it would lead somewhere noble. I chose because the choice made my body feel more inhabitable, even in uncertainty. That was the only data I had, and it turned out to be enough. The moment itself was almost disappointingly ordinary. No rush of conviction, no swelling music, just the next step, taken on purpose. The consequences unfolded slowly. Some were awkward, some were unexpectedly kind. None of them felt fated. And I was struck by how the meaning appeared after the fact, not as validation, but as coherence. The choice began to organize my attention, to shape my days in ways I could not have predicted. Small things started moving, conversations, opportunities, commitments, not because the universe had announced a destiny, but because I finally stopped standing in the doorway. I still appreciate stories where destiny calls people forward. They're comforting in their own way, but I no longer confuse comfort with truth. There are choices that do not announce themselves, that do not ask to be witnessed or approved. They wait quietly for consent, and when you give it, the sacred does not descend. It shows up as participation already well underway, because permission was never required.